Hello everyone, this is Dr. Bhupesh Thakur
And she is Dr. Manju Thakur.
and
We are here to talk zoology.
Now let us talk about phylum Porifera. Porifera means pore bearing. So this phylum contains the animals which have pores throughout their body surface. These animals are also known as sponges. There are about 15,000 species of sponges. They live in water.
Now we talk about their appearance. So first is that they are sessile. It means they are fixed to the substratum. Second is their shape. So they have variable shapes. For example, they can be cylindrical, vase-like, or they can form irregular, huge masses. They have two types of pores. One is called as your ostia, which acts like an inlet of water into the animal. And second is your ossiculum, which acts as outlet of the water from the animal body.
Sponges are multicellular, and if symmetry is present in the animal, they can be radially symmetrical, which means that the body parts are arranged around a central axis, but most of the sponges are asymmetrical.
Sponges have a body cavity which is called as spongocoel. And this cavity is lined by two layers. The outer one is called as pinacoderm and the inner one is called as choanoderm.
Pinacoderm is made up of spindle-shaped cells called pinacocytes. They are fitted into each other like the tiles of floor. And choanoderm is made up of choanocytes, which are also known as collar cells because of the presence of a collar-like structure. These cells are the unique feature of this phylum, and they also have flagella. The beating of this flagella results in the formation of a water current in sponges.
In between the pinacoderm and choanoderm, there is a non-cellular layer which is called as mesenchyme and it is secreted by both the layers. A large number of amoeboid cells are found in this layer.
Type of the cells found in the mesenchyme are known as trophocytes. Tropho is for nourishment. These are the nursing cells. They distribute food material from cell to cell. Second are thesocytes. They are the food storing cells. Then third ones are the phagocytes. Phagocytes, we know these are the cells which remove the unwanted substances from the body. Then fourth are the chromocytes. Chromocytes are for the colored cells, pigmented cells. They provide specific color to each sponge. Then at certain points, the pinacocytes get modified to form porocytes, and here ostia are formed. Then there are sclerocytes. These are the spicule forming cells. And last but not the least are the archeocytes. Archeocytes are the totipotent cells. They are capable of forming all other types of cells present in the mesoglea.
Sponges possess a network of interconnected canals through which the water it passes throughout the body of the organism. And this is called as canal system, which is a characteristic feature of phylum Porifera. The importance of this canal system is that it helps the animals to respire, to excrete, to have the food and for the reproduction.
Depending upon the complexity of the structure, canal system can be of three types. First and the simplest is known as ascenoid type of canal system. In this system, there is only one cavity or canal, which is the spongiocele. It has inlet in the form of ostia and outlet in the form of osculum. And second type, which is syconoid type, is produced by the folding of the wall of the ascenoid type of canal system. Due to folding, invaginations and evaginations are formed. The invaginations result in the formation of incurrent canals, and the evaginations form radial canals. Initially, choanocytes were lining the spongiocele and now they are shifted to the radial canal only. The passage of the water current is accordingly modified. It comes from outside through ostia, incurrent canal, radial canal, spongiocele, and then out via osculum. Further growth of the body wall and the branching of the canals leads to the formation of third type of canal system, which is the most complex type of canal system, and that is known as leuconoid type of canal system. Here even the radial canals, they branch, and they are known as flagellated chambers. Spongiocele is either reduced or it is obliterated completely.
Sponges are sessile, so they do not possess any locomotory organs. Now regarding the skeletal structures, so they have an internal skeleton which is made up of either spicules or spongin fibers or both. So spicules are made up of either calcium or silicon. So they are very important as far as the classification of the porifera is concerned.
As the animals are fixed, how do they get their nourishment? It is an interesting thing to know. We talked about the canal system and we talked about the water current which comes through that system. So that carries the nutrients. But what are the nutrients? The planktons. Sponges eat planktons. Sponges are filter feeders. The collar of choanocytes act as a filter for planktons which come with the incoming current of water, and the food particles are then taken up by the cell body by the process of endocytosis, and the digestion occurs inside the food vacuoles. Such kind of digestion is known as intracellular digestion.
Distribution of food inside the body of the organism is done with the help of specialized cells called as trophocytes. If excess of food is found inside the body of the organism, it is stored by the another kind of specialized cells which are called as thymocytes.
Both the layers of the body of sponges are always in direct contact with water. The processes like respiration and excretion occur through general body surface, and as far as the excreted product is concerned, it is ammonia, because ammonia require a lot of water for its removal. There is no scarcity in case of sponges which live in water.
Reproduction in case of sponges occurs by both the methods, asexual as well as sexual. In case of sexual reproduction, budding takes place and it can be external or internal. The internal buds are also called as gemmules.
Now the sexual reproduction, most of the sponges are bisexual, but there are no permanent gonads. When it's time to reproduce, the archeocytes form the gametes. The gametes are formed inside the same parent, but self-fertilization is avoided because of the phenomena like protogyny, where the female gametes mature earlier than the male gametes.
Fertilization in case of sponges is internal. The male gametes, they are carried by the water current into the female recipient sponge where the fertilization takes place.
After fertilization, zygote is formed which undergoes cleavage, and here the cleavage is holoblastic. That means the zygote divides completely into two cells, and radial. Here are the stages of cleavage.
Development in case of sponges is indirect as they involve the larval stage. So there are two larval forms which are present in sponges. First is amphiblastula and second is parenchyma. And these larval forms are flagellated, hence they help in the dispersal of the species to the distant places as the parent body is fixed.
Now a few important points to remember. You saw that there are two layers in the body wall, coenoderm and pinacoderm. So in the embryo there were two germ layers, the ectoderm and endoderm. When the two germ layers are present, you say that the animals are diploblastic.
Sponges are multicellular organisms, and here the cells, they function more or less independently with respect to the other cells. So the level of organization is still cellular level of organization. As no tissues are formed in case of sponges, so the body plan is cell aggregate plan.
With this, we come to the end of today's session. We hope that the general characters of phylum Porifera are somewhat clear to you.